Lock is back in standard, but it doesn't really seem to be that good on release. So we have the brand new Lyrical Monasterio boss unit, Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria, who basically works with these sound drive orders. And the sound drive orders basically do two different things. We have Mega Romania, which is an absolutely hilarious name, that basically, when put to order zone by Artisaria's effect, and only by Artisaria's effect, you cannot play by any other way, you are able to choose an opponent's rearguard and lock it if your opponent is grade 3 or greater. So it doesn't have any other costs, but it doesn't have any other benefits too. You're just locking something and that's it. The other one is Shout in Shadow, which says when put to order zone by Artisaria's effect, and there's no other way to put it to order zone, you draw one and make a Shadow Army token. This one almost sounds better because you can do this going first, and it draws you a card and it makes your token. The orders are searched by her rad line by both the grade 1 and the grade 2, so you can just discard them for ride deck and then use Artisaria's Energy Blast 2 effect to choose one of your sound systems from drop or hand and put them to order zone, and if you put from hand, you draw a card. And when she attacks, she counts 1 to choose for each one of your sound systems in order zone to call a Shadow Army token, and for every 2 of your sound systems in the order zone, she gives your front row plus 5k. So on turn 3, she's just making a 4th attack basically, but on turn 4, she'll get the plus 5k to front. She'll also, of course, do up to 5 attacks, and she also gets a crit when you have 2 or more sound systems, which is actually not too bad. The only problem is, I guess, is that the support cards aren't really too much. She basically got like her own better version of Yuika, which is this grade 1 that is a 13k if you have a sound system, and End of Valor that she boosted if you have a sound system in order zone. She goes to Soul to bounce any of your rear guards, so she can even bounce your back row for you, which is pretty good. And then she got this grade 2 that's like a 15k attacker, 10k shield, and then when she's bounced to hand or when she's overcalled by Artisaria's effect, you can almost want to draw a card, which is like the very little bit of draw that you have in the deck. Yeah, so I don't know if this girl combined with Yuika Tua is enough to really push this deck to the top. The fact that it has lock is pretty scary, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that is enough to push this deck all the way to being a meta contender. Let me know what you think about Artisaria and lock being back in standard, if you think it's just scary just because lock is in the game again, or if you think that maybe this deck requires a little bit more support.